Hey everyone, it is Monday, March, let me check, 23rd, day 8 of social distancing. I guess day 3 of the stay at home order. Yeah, and it's sunny outside, so I have the windows open. And believe it or not, it actually snowed like 2 to 3 inches yesterday. Didn't actually think it was going to happen, but it actually happened. And then since it was so sunny today, and I guess warm, I didn't go outside. It's melted, most of it. So I'm like looking out and I have to clean out my car because it's already melted. I don't have to worry about that. So yeah, I just had a couple things just want to talk about today. Low key, I wish I was a kid during this time. Not from like having to make up all the days or having to do all that. I mean, that would be stressful. But for like having someone else like worry about planning and stuff. Like I recovered from shopping on Saturday, and then I was like, man, I wish I was a kid and like mom and dad could just figure out how I'm gonna eat and I just show up for dinner. But yeah, I know that's super random, but that was a thought that's been on my head for a little bit. And okay, so yesterday, being Sunday, our church did have service, so it was all streamed live for each service. So like there was a live stream at 9, at 11, and at 1 for the Spanish. So I tuned in for 1 at Spanish, which is really neat. So like during worship, I was finishing making lunch, and then was able to like eat lunch while I was watching, and it was really neat. Like, and I haven't like sat in a Spanish service in a while because I serve like in every service for Spanish, and it was really nice. Like, it was really good. Like, we started a whole quarantine series, and then after that, they had like a little bridge kids, our kids ministry, like videos, and it was really cute. Like their own worship, and then watching a video and a short summary, then having like questions for the parents to talk to their kids about, which is really cool. Like empowering parents to like take part in teaching their kids about the Bible and how those principles or lessons can impact their daily lives. So it was really cool. Overall, Sabbath was great. Like, since I got all my shopping done on Saturday, and I wasn't serving on Sunday. It was just so nice to just not do anything. I wasn't on social media. I was on a bit to like answer some DMs that I saw were coming through. But yeah, I just had The Office on the background, and I was just reading my Harry Potter book, and it was just so great to just, oh my gosh, it was just great. Like literally doing nothing, and then reading God's word and praying, and just being happy for that time. So it's so good. So if that's one thing that the quarantine gave me, is just like a really just one pure day of like not leaving my apartment intentionally. Intentionally. So it was good. One thing that came out of like conversations with my brother yesterday was like what would kids do or like teenagers do nowadays if they didn't have like internet? Like what would be like their thing? Because me and my brother were talking about how growing up we like never really said we were ever bored, or like boring wasn't part of our vocabulary, just because we quickly found out, and it's like a Latino cliche, but it's true for some families. Like if you say you're bored, like my mom or my dad would find something for us to do, like sweep or clean your room or wash dishes or whatever. And if my dad found us like taking a nap during the day, he would like find something for us to do outside. I don't even know. So it was like a thing like don't nap when dad's home in the day, unless like if you were working or something, like you were doing something and you're like taking a break or whatever. Yeah, we were thinking like what would people be doing, like especially young people, like during with their free time if they had no internet, and we couldn't really think of one unless, I don't know. And then so one thing, like a tip for like people in the future or even for me later in life, is to get a non-tech hobby. Like for example, like my brothers, they're both really heavy gamers, but if they didn't have that, they would be drawing for hours and they would be happy. For me, it's reading, like books. Like I love reading like actual hardcover books. If not, then I'm like reading manga online, and if not that, then I'd probably be drawing too, or doodling, or probably like working on a painting or something. So it's really important to like have a hobby that doesn't have to do with screens. Whatever that is for you, it's gonna be pretty hard if like your hobby is something outside, like skateboarding. Well, you can't really do that inside, but it's really good to cultivate those type of hobbies regardless. Yeah, and then also yesterday, my sleep has been getting better. I just couldn't fall asleep, and I had a specific reason because my neighbors above me, like at 1 in the morning, I could hear them talking, like a conversation at 1, and I couldn't sleep because if I hear people talking, like I just my brain can't shut off. So I had to put like lo-fi, my midnight mix to just drown it out. But I'm like, when I put it on my notes, like, are they vampires? Because right now I can hear them, like they're just walking around or whatever, and I'm like, it's when do they sleep? You know, unless they're just really, really hardcore night owls, like they're up till like 2 or 3, and then they come alive like at 10 or something. I don't know. It's really weird. I'm like, I hope that's not every night or that just started happening. I don't know. That's just weird. And then my last thing, and it might be a short one today, is to do your own research when it comes to like news, things, just because at least right now, and I'm pretty sure it'll be the same in the future, a lot of like our news media is very, to some extent, biased, which is normal. So it's really hard to find an unbiased source. Like, I'm not going to say who I watched, but whoever I was watching, like I could tell they're really being really heavy biased. Like when they sprinkle a lot of their opinions into their commentary, it's like, okay, it's like I can just feel it. Like I just want to hear the facts, and you're just telling me what you feel it is, and like kind of revealing your agenda. So I would totally recommend like watching things on your, like, for yourself. So like for me, I think today, I'm saying I think today because I don't know how it ended. The Senate didn't pass the bill with the stimulus package. I'm just saying very high level. And I was just listening in on their whole like hearing of like why. And it was getting kind of boring because like everyone's kind of like saying the same thing. I'm like, you're all saying the same thing. Like, why can't you get it done? And then I can go on a whole parade about what I think about that. But, I was listening in on my own rather than like watching a recap. And then, of course, all that is like snip snapped in their own way to show a certain story. So it's really, for me, was like good to watch certain things on my own. I'm like, even now I have like the whole, what is it called? The coronavirus committee, whatever, with the president. Like I have it up so I can see it for myself. And I'll probably be doing that rather than like looking at snippets and recaps. So it's important to just be well informed. I think I'm on like that group that's like, you should be kind of informed. How well informed is totally up to how much research you want to do. But don't depend on other people. The same things like studying the word, albeit that's 1,000 times more important than being informed, but it's the same. Like if you're not in your word reading it for yourself and learning that way, it won't really make that much of a difference, rather than just always listening to a preacher or someone else on how they see the Bible. Not that they're wrong or right, but it should be on you to get it yourself, especially when it's the Bible's translated in a whole bunch of languages. Of course, you should be able to read that on your own and figure it out. So yeah, that's pretty much it for what I had today. This is a normal Monday, work-wise. Felt a lot more energized getting things done. Cooked lunch for a little bit. My stomach is feeling really, really weird. Like I have no appetite. So I'm pretty much really over it because I was feeling this way all last week. But otherwise good. Yeah, I'm really, it's like actually sinking in, and I'm like already in the mode of like, we're going to be this for a minute, and then I don't know, it might be over soon. I don't know. We'll just kind of play it by ear and see what everyone says. So yeah, today is day 8 of social distancing. is Monday, March 23rd. All right, so see y'all tomorrow, Tuesday.